Can you imagine a day when your world changes in an instant? Welcome to the tale of such a day etched in the annals of history as one of the most catastrophic disasters ever witnessed. On this day, the world watched in horror as the Fukushima disaster unfolded, leaving devastation in its wake. The date was March 11, 2011. A day that started just like any other, until the earth beneath Japan trembled with a force unseen in generations. This was not just any earthquake, but a savage shaking that unleashed a monstrous tsunami, a wall of water rushing inland with terrifying force. This colossal wave stormed towards the unsuspecting Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, setting the stage for a disaster that would echo far beyond Japan's shores. This was not just a natural disaster, but a man-made catastrophe born of nature's fury and human folly. This was the beginning of a catastrophe that would leave a lasting mark on Japan and the world. In the wake of the tsunami, a nuclear nightmare unfolded. The waves receded, leaving behind a scene of destruction and chaos. But the worst was yet to come. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, a symbol of Japan's technological prowess, was severely damaged. The cooling systems failed, and the reactors began to overheat. A ticking time bomb was set into motion. In the frantic efforts to bring the situation under control, plant workers and emergency services risked their lives in the radioactive environment. Despite their bravery, the situation spiraled out of control. 3 of the plant's 6 reactors suffered meltdowns, a term that sent shivers down the spines of nuclear experts worldwide. These meltdowns led to a series of hydrogen explosions that rocked the plant, sending plumes of radioactive materials into the atmosphere. The sheer force of these explosions blew the roof off reactor buildings, exposing the disaster's true scale to the world. It was a sight that would become seared into the collective memory of mankind. The release of radioactive materials was not limited to the atmosphere. A significant amount of radiation seeped into the ground and the surrounding waters, contaminating the environment on an unimaginable scale. This silent, invisible threat posed a danger as real and as immediate as the destruction caused by the tsunami. As the days turned into weeks, the world watched in horror as the full extent of the nuclear disaster became apparent. The Fukushima disaster had become a symbol of the destructive power of nature, compounded by the potential risks of nuclear energy. It was a grim reminder of the delicate balance between harnessing the power of the atom and the potential for catastrophic fallout when things go awry. The Fukushima disaster was now not just a natural disaster, but a nuclear crisis of unprecedented scale. So, what happens when a nuclear power plant fails catastrophically? The immediate repercussions are stark and terrifying. An evacuation zone is quickly established, spanning a radius of about 12 miles from the disaster site. Families, businesses, entire communities are uprooted with little warning, their lives forever changed by the invisible threat of radiation. But the evacuation is just the beginning. The health effects of a nuclear disaster are far-reaching and insidious. Even those beyond the evacuation zone are not safe, as the wind carries radioactive particles across borders and into the bodies of the unsuspecting. Cancer rates surge, particularly thyroid cancer in children, a direct consequence of their exposure to radioactive iodine. The environment too bears the brunt of this disaster. The land becomes contaminated, the air charged with radioactive isotopes. Wildlife, with no understanding of the danger, continues to live and breed, their genetic material subtly altered with each passing generation. Even the ocean, that vast and seemingly invincible body of water, is not immune to the onslaught of radioactivity. In the wake of such devastation, cleanup efforts are ongoing. It's a Herculean task, fraught with challenges. Workers don protective suits and masks, their lives on the line as they strive to decontaminate and rehabilitate the land. It's a slow, painstaking process, a battle against an enemy that cannot be seen or heard, only measured. The Fukushima disaster has left a legacy that continues to affect us to this day. The Fukushima disaster, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the potential dangers of nuclear energy. This catastrophe unfolded in 3 devastating acts. The earth shook, the sea roared, and a nuclear facility faltered. The aftermath continues to echo, in the lives disrupted and the environment scarred. As we remember Fukushima, we are reminded of our responsibility to learn from the past and strive for a safer future.